Good evening, everyone. Namaste. This is Dr. Sushma from Raipur. I am a pediatrician and practicing in the clinical field since last 19 years. And a beautiful evening brings all of us together here. The first segment is of case study. All of us have been presenting cases, studying them, seeing how they have been progressing, coming to a diagnosis, and studying them as medical undergraduates, postgraduates, until now. Why there is a need for studying a case? Because that is how we tend to collaborate facts and we tend to understand a particular process. Today, I'll be speaking with you about a case study, but it will not be like a medical case study. It will be a different one because it is a case study related with wellness, a case study where we want to see what we can do beyond medical drugs, beyond investigations, supporting a good success story towards wellness. Let me share my screen and I'll bring up the presentation for you. So this client who wants his name to be kept anonymous is a male, 50 years of age, based out of Hyderabad, had existing conditions of cholesterol, BP, hair fall, hypertension, overweight, piles, thyroid. So multitude of health concerns he had. And when he approached and when we did his pre-consultation and explained him about the process, how we will move forward, and when he agreed and when he saw his figures, the height was 170 with a weight of 90 kgs. His BMI was falling into obesity category with a BMI of 31. He actually needed to lose 18 kgs to come to 72 as his max, and 65 was his ideal weight, which was aimed. Today, when I'll share these pictures, you will understand what is wellness and how a case study progresses in terms of wellness. The first thing was to see his lifestyle and diet style in connection with his present disease conditions. So when you see my screen, you can see pasta, tea 3 times a day. Breakfast at 8 a.m. is pure, Shuddh Indian style, carbohydrate rich, rice, wheat, along with gajar ka halwa. So studying everything and telling him about his protein gap and water score gap and diet score gap and telling him the pillars of wellness, I brought up a challenge for him that let us start with physical activity and changes in your diet style. His wife always told he's very sedentary, works from home, never walks, loves food, which is obviously evident here. And we therefore started on gradual introduction of changing in the lifestyle and diet style. When we did a walking challenge, the first very day, he wants to win. We are walking, and I said, let the child in him come alive. And the first statement was, thank you for the motivation. So you see, motivation is required for people to change their lifestyle, which we as doctors probably cannot give them, writing them it on the prescription. It is something which only a coach can do, and a coach of Wellness Question community, by virtue of the principles of wellness pillars and wellness philosophies, is able to do this. Coming to the next slide. He was instructed to keep updating his meals and to follow every messages on the WhatsApp group, which he was a part of. He was having poha, which is very, very common in Indian breakfast. And if you see, vermicelli with little amount of fibrous salad, and the second plate was occupying too much of, rice was occupying too much of the space, with salads very, very little. When we'll come in the next slides, you will just see how transition is occurring. And baked chips he was eating, and it was told that it is not good, and fruits khane ke baad bhi sara effect zero ho raha hai. They were very, very transparent in telling what is in the kitchen pantry. And very transparently, they told me we have oat dark chocolate, and they were told that processed and caloriful things must be curtailed. Slowly, gradually working on his self talk, affirmation, and multiple habits, gradual incorporation. Wife said, all my hard work paid off with your support. Guidance nahi hota to impossible tha. Dream come true ho gaya. They walked quite a good way that day. So it was all with constant communication, constant transparency that this program progressed. You can see he started walking 10,000 steps. The whole family was walking along. So I told them it was a pure joy to see all of them walking together. You can see the salad plate changing, the amount changing. You can see the detox water coming up, the protein rich salad coming up, the greens, the colors, and the fruits. So, this very picture tells that the wellness coach actually worked on changing the diet and lifestyle, and there was constant interaction and communication. This is how a wellness coach of Wellness Question community is constantly guiding and providing support. This was his nighttime meal one day when he was advised to go for no carb, and you can see protein rich, fiber rich, and seeds and antioxidant rich. So we are not resorting to any medication right now, but the basic parameter is change in lifestyle and diet style. I'll just read down these lines for you. Over 7 kgs down in 85 days, satisfied, health improved quite a bit, body's more flexible, wearing clothes one size lesser, able to walk 10K steps on a regular basis, which he couldn't dream earlier, pretty conscious of what and how much he was eating. It was very natural that he couldn't resist some of his favorites, but he continued enjoying Italian delicacies on his cheat days. Let me tell you, for frankly, that one. We did not starve him. We did not go on a dieting mode. Along with me, family also benefited, picked up a few pointers on what works and what doesn't work for my body type. Well started is half done. And thanks for timely inputs and feedback and flexibility. So far, the journey is worth it. He could understand more of his own body. He said that he was feeling very hungry and he was afraid that it will trigger his headache, and he had something. And I told him that is another great change because you are being a good listener to your body and proactive at managing it. This is something which only a coach can provide the ambience and environment. And he said, I asked him, are the 3 months habits ingrained better now? And he said, mostly yes. So, this ingraining of habits is what is the basic process. It cannot come through the prescriptions, it can only come through program. And he came from 90 to 82.5. So, that was a wonderful change, which, along with the changes in the inches. As a coach, the appreciation went to the coach of the community. That coach was available 24 into 7, keeping a constant eye on the food habits and monitoring daily activities. Always there to answer the wellness queries, and suggesting of alternatives was there. Water intake was monitored, sleeping habits were monitored. And thanks to your continuous efforts, I'm getting more sleep, drinking more water, feeling lighter, confident, active. Participating in the Dawn Club also helped in not only waking up early in the day, but also setting up the tone for the rest of the day. So you can see the language. Wellness is entering inside, and good health will surely follow. And said thank you for timely input, feedback, flexibility, patience, and keeping it motivated, and very, very happy to join the wellness program. And wife said, at least now he feels that we should have light food at night. And I said, mindset shift is the best shift. And she's asking me about good books to read. So can you see a family member asking for good books to read, seeing what we are doing as wellness brand ambassadors? And I told her there is so much of knowledge and wellness and goodness all coming to us through WQ. And the final sharing from his side is there has been an improvement in my overall health, physically and emotionally. I'm more confident, temperamentally stable. Thyroid seems to be improving because I definitely lost weight. My BP readings are stable. Sugar risk needs to be tested after June 15th. My recommended diet has improved his bowel movement. Even for his headache and migraine, his frequency of taking painkillers has come down a lot now. Obviously, some more next round of diagnostics are remaining. He is in the process, and surely very, very hopeful that with all the wellness philosophies which we are doing with him on a program basis will lead to reversal of blood pressure, thyroid, as well as migraine for him. He's very, very confident, which was lacking initially. Thank you so much. Back to host. My whole soul aim was to bring to your consciousness that so much is possible when we move out of investigation and drug modality and incorporate all the wellness pillars and principles, and a constant source of knowledge and community resources are used to support the program taker. That is how a case study comes into being. Thank you so much.